Hello everyone, it is 18th August and the time is 20 past 1 in the afternoon. I just finished filming a transit video on the bus and on this video I will walk southeast along Orchard Road. So it is currently 26 degrees. It's been raining this morning, but right now it's not raining, so the weather's actually pretty nice. So what we'll primarily see today will be shopping malls or shopping centers. That's what Orchard Road is famous for, and we'll be there in the next few minutes. As the road makes a turn, it turns into Orchard Road. Yeah, you can get them online.
Thank you.
So someone was asking about the gimbal, which is cool. There are, of course, quite a few people doing different types of walking videos in Singapore, which is great. Seen the really beautiful ones. I think there's quite a popular channel doing what is supposed to be 8K videos. Of course, most of us mere mortals don't actually have any devices to play those, unfortunately. 4K is quite good though. So here is where Orchard Road starts. This area here is actually known for sort of its nightlife, I guess. I don't go to a lot of places on Orchard Road. Most of them are inside the malls, and since I don't do a lot of shopping, I don't end up here a lot for restaurants or that sort of thing. There's the Hard Rock Cafe over there. Always thought it's a bit of a weird place for it. Tucked in a side street there. There's another one on Resorts World, which is just off the Central Island. So on Singapore side, they have a casino, lots of restaurants, all kind of entertainment venues there. There's some music on the street, which is really weird because at the moment restaurants are not really allowed music. I guess the street is a place where people want to stay and enjoy it, so they can have that. So this is one of the few sites on Orchard Road which are not sort of related to shopping and entertainment. And that's currently the Thai embassy. I think the story is that apparently King of Siam bought a house here called the Hurricane House, and the house was later sold, but the buildings surrounding it that they bought a little later on, they turned into the embassy. And they're quite interesting buildings. You can see the shape is kind of similar to what you see on temples and things, that part of the world. I think there's a little temple at the back as well. So there's the whole Thai Royal Embassy. I think the first building they had around this site was bought already around 1890s. So they've been here for a while. So now we're getting to more well-known areas of Orchard Road, where you have some of the well-known brands around, and these really big shopping centers as well. Over there is the first shopping mall to arrive at Orchard Road. So they had a place that kind of started the whole thing, I guess. And that was in 1958. And on the other side, you have Ion Orchard. It's one of the new additions. And these places are huge. They have, that one has about 400 different stores, I think. And of course, before the shopping centers and shopping malls, Orchard Road really did have some fruit orchards and pepper farms. So it's really been built again after that time. There are quite a few underpasses around this area, and there's actually a lot of walkway underneath these streets. I think we'll have to take an underpass to get on the other side here. Let's go over there. The traffic around this area is also always pretty busy. Today my map was saying that the traffic is heavy, it was showing red, but it was also saying that that's usual. So, let's see. It's not the most interesting thing to do, to see the underpass, but try to get to the other side quickly. Oh no, not that way. There are a lot of places even underneath here. Let's go that way. So, despite all the effort, it worked. On the other side. So buses do stop here. And you can drive through here as well, which makes it really busy with all the people and also the cars. So I think the biggest shopping center around this area, if I'm not wrong, is Iron. But it's not the biggest one in all of Singapore. I think it's still Vivo City, where you would take the train to Sentosa. It's the island of Singapore, or part of Singapore, but just connected with a bridge. It has all the Universal Studios and that sort of thing. And beaches, pretty much nice beaches as well. Not on a day like this, but on some other day. You have some well-known brands there like Gucci and some interesting artwork. Even when I lived in London, I never really liked Oxford Street that much. It's just so busy with people all the time. I'm not so into shopping, but it is impressive. You can see why it is popular and why people come here, but it's just not what I do on a day off. Except when I go walking, of course. there's the Apple store, which used to be very busy with people who would just be hanging out there and using the internet, I think. But I think they do have a system now for signing in, having an appointment. So probably not so many walk-ins, just for the entertainment now. Some of the hotels around here have been used for the hotel quarantines when people who were stuck abroad, or some stuck or traveled during the pandemic, wanted to come back. So they have to spend 2 weeks, sorry for that, 2 weeks in a hotel room without really any contact with anyone. And that rule has been enforced for a while, but in May, of course, they stopped that for a while, and you couldn't come in even through that system. But it's now resuming, and people who traveled before May, or who traveled and hoped it would open up, can now start to return. They do have to apply for permission to come back and organize that return. For Singaporeans and permanent residents, there is another system. And I think they do want to move towards allowing people to travel a bit more freely to places that seem to be doing okay now, which is wonderful. We're all really looking forward to that, especially those of us who have family in Europe or the US or Canada. And of course the Singaporeans do travel a lot as well, so they'll be looking forward to traveling. When they announced the travel bubble that was going to happen with Hong Kong earlier on, the flights got completely booked up immediately. So people are really, really keen to travel, and they'll be starting to be able to do that. Just, you probably won't be able to visit Singapore for a while yet. Everyone seems to be having some kind of music today. Just a look down Orchard Road. There's the Singapore Visitor Center, a at least used to be. Not sure if it has been operational during the pandemic. Because like I said, we haven't really had any tourists, so very few from countries with special deals. So it is closed right now, which is not a surprise. Hill, which I'll do a separate video of later on after this one, unless it starts raining a lot. We're coming to the end of Orchard Road. There, of course, you could see the sign for not crossing. So I think you can get even a fine for crossing the road where you're not supposed to, but it's very common, especially in more residential areas. I have to probably shatter some ideas people have about Singapore, but I have actually not known of a case where someone gets fined for bubblegum. Of course, they don't sell it here, so you'd have to have broken the rules to bring it in the first place. That rule was introduced because apparently the chewing gum kept blocking the MRT train doors. So they decided that hassle wasn't worth it, stopping the rains for maintenance, not knowing which door it is, and it was banned altogether because Singapore used to have chewing gum. So I think that's one of the myths that goes around, that it's super strict for other reasons. That sounds like a fairly reasonable thing once you know the story. Yeah, definitely compared to somewhere like London, where I lived over 10 years. It's very clean in Singapore, and it's very nice that it is clean, so I'm not complaining. But in some areas it's not so strict as here in central areas. It's kind of common sense as well to keep the places where you live and work and commute clean, I would think. And the Singaporeans are good at that for the most part. They got the reputation. And you can see here, it does say a no smoking zone. There are some designated places where you can smoke here on Orchard Road, but it is specifically designated a smoking-free zone. So that's not all of Singapore, but definitely here you have to stick to the designated zones that are labeled. So yeah, it's probably not what people think when they hear about the rules. It works well. I'm quite happy with it. I don't think there's any huge trouble in following those rules either, as a tourist or as a resident. Sorry, I keep switching the camera on my hands. So at the end, the east end of Orchard Road is the Istana, which we're coming to now. The Istana is the official residence and official home of the president. So there's a park surrounding it, but most of the time some of that area or most of it is closed off, and on some special days they do allow you to go into the grounds and have a look. That over there is Dhoby Ghaut. Did a walk earlier that started from there, went along southeast along Plaza Road. So I think I won't go that way again today. And this is already quite a long video already. So I think we're okay to end here.
Hey, bye.
So I hope you enjoyed seeing Singapore's main shopping street, shopping areas and the district on a slightly rainy day. And if you'd like to join me on my next walk, then remember to subscribe. So you can see the updates whenever there's a new video on the channel. So thank you for tagging along, and I hope to see you soon.